First of all, it's kind of like a service industry, so you can get a lot of advantages. For example, annually the market about space exploration is increasing by 20%.
Okay, every year?
Every year.
Nice, nice.
And the second reason is that because the scientists have to get new technologies for the space, there are other inventions that can be made.
Good, that's awesome. That one's awesome. That one's awesome.
For example, sunglasses or how do you say this in English? How to clean the water.
Cleaning a filter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Filter.
Yeah. Filters.
Are made while the scientists were studying
Good.
a lot of things.
A discovery.
Discovering.
Good. Yeah. That's awesome. Like, talk about, for example, talk about sunglasses, like how lightweight they are, and that's material, and how strong they are as well. Don't use that because they're lightweight and strong, like further like enhance your example. That's an awesome example, and that's correct. Yeah. Keep going.
And the third reason is that it advertises the country.
When you say the country, what do you mean by the country?
Like, I don't exactly know this because I got it from the news.
Okay.
I didn't really understand it, but I think it means that how people believe or know about that country increases.
So when you think about space exploration, what countries do you think about?
Russia. United States.
Good. They're the two main ones. Good. I agree. Yeah. Okay.
What about New Zealand?
No.
Not yet.
No. No. Tell me, do you know a thing about Virgin Airlines? A guy called Richard Branson. His name is Richard Branson.
Yeah.
Do you know him? He's a millionaire.
Virgin, huh?
The airline is called Virgin Airlines. Okay? Virgin Airlines. He has it's a cross between an airplane and a space shuttle. And you can fly with Virgin Airlines and you can go into space. Yes. It costs, don't quote me on this, you'll have to do research about this, but it costs, I think, for one trip about $1 million or something like that. That's what I heard, but I want you to research that, okay? But I know that with Virgin Airlines you can travel into space.
Right now?
Yep, right now. You could do it from about a year ago. Yes. So this company takes you into space. Yes. So look into that as well. Good. Okay. What else? The awesome point, the best point you've made so far is technology. That's awesome. Okay. And the discoveries of new materials and new elements and all those sort of things. That's awesome. Like an awesome example about sunglasses and filters and things like that. Okay, keep going. Because there's more examples about like fireproof. Because you know, like when the space shuttle comes back into the atmosphere, it can catch on fire. So all the material that they have to use is fireproof. So they use those materials as well. That's awesome. Keep going.
My last reason is kind of the same one as the first or second reason. It's that like airlines or other transportations can be developed because of this space exploration.
Okay, good. Give me an example. Like, use an example.
Actually,
You don't have an example. Okay, but that's all right. Because the important thing when you talk about debate, if you say this, like other forms of transport can be developed. Like if someone's on the other team, then they're just going to say, well, what forms of transportation? Okay, so we need to talk about like other forms of transportation that have been developed. What kind of forms of transportation do you know? Like that are like on the verge of like technology, on new age technology. Think about trains. What do you know about trains? What trains do you know? Trains in Europe, things like that. No, I'm not sure. Okay, we can talk about this one in a minute. That's good, okay, we can talk about this. Tell me now about the bad things.
The first one is that you know the genius Weinberg is his name, right? He's a scientist, and his name is Edward Weinberg, and he said space exploration is a government show with that is the same as expensive sports.
Okay.
He said that.
Good point.
And Carl Sagan?
I'm not sure of that name. Carl Sagan? What country is he from?
I don't know his name in English.
Okay.
I know that in Korean.
Okay.
I think he...
If Korean and English, if it's going to be the same, it'll be maybe just Carl Sagan.
I'll look it up.
Okay. I've never heard of that person, but anyway, keep going.
He said there are some dark sides behind this space exploration because of the governments who are dealing about this.
Okay. But think about just in terms of this, like how much money it must cost every year.
It says that the Apollo
mission.
it took about Apollo mission took about 250
billion?
only 얼마죠?
Billion? Trillion?
100,000 millions.
Millions and millions and millions.
100,000 millions.
Okay. Maybe billion? Okay. Like think like that. So if we talk about 250 billion, is that the best way to spend that money?
No,
Are there other ways, are there better things we could spend that money on? Governments could spend that money on? So I think that's a pretty big negative. Like they're spending all this money on that when they could be spending this money on the world's problems.
Yes.
Okay, keep going.
So, as you suggested, the second reason is that people...
Sorry to interrupt, but I think, actually, it would be better, if we just, can come up with some statistics regarding this matter, because, with this money, you can show some, statistics, you can say how many starving people in the world, something like that, right?
Yeah.
So kind of giving, some comparison things.
For sure, for sure. I wouldn't have a clue on the statistics.
Maybe me either. Me either.
But that's,
This is your job, okay?
Okay, yes, keep going. So what, the second point?
It's that by this money that is used on the space exploration, you can develop other parts of science.
Good, okay.
In a way that we can use it in real life rather than in space.
In space, good thinking, that's awesome. Yes.
The third reason is that space exploration has advantages for only rich countries or
Good.
strong rich countries.
Yeah.
And
Peter Spot.
And the fourth reason is the same as the second
We
one.
wouldn't say strong rich countries, we would say like wealthy or developed countries would be better. Yes. Good. Yes, that's awesome. Good reason. Yes.
The money can be used for poor people.
Good.
That's the reason.
Yes. Or not even poor people, but for other reasons as well. But that's awesome. Yes, for poor people.
And the last reason is that it is dangerous, and there are many other problems caused by this space exploration.
Good.
A lot of land is wasted because of this exploration,
Yeah.
and there are some
Casualties.
COs
COs.
or some kind of that gas that
Okay.
comes
Okay.
from this.
Okay. Yeah.
Natural gas.
Yeah. Some
It
gases.
can give negative effects to
The
our
environment.
environment.
Good. The
And
environment. Yes.
for example, in October 24th, 1960, there was a space center by Kourou, and there was a rocket exploded
Okay.
here, and at least 91 people died from this.
Wow. Okay. Good. That's also an example. Also, when you see when it's dangerous, talk about when you say it's dangerous. Talk about astronauts that have lost their lives.
Mm-hmm.
So astronauts talk about, because astronauts die when they go into space, when shuttles blow up and things like that. And you can mention astronauts are incredibly intelligent. You know, they're very, very, very smart. And what a waste for these people to die when, you know, they were trying to go to space. You can look at that, and you would have to get figures like how many astronauts have died, and their life could have been better served, you know, developing whatever technology for poorer countries or something like that. Good. That's awesome. So let's go back to this one. This point here when you talk about that technology. I reckon that's awesome. That point is awesome. I think